Okay, so we're going to do percentage word problems, and we're going to start. I'm going to open up the scratch pad. Alright, so this first example, Anastasia is doing some grocery shopping. They have 60% of the items already on the list, and they have 12 items in the cart. So we're going to find out how many items are on the list. So we could do this a few different ways. We can see this 60% as 60 over 100. And if we were setting up this ratio, then we would have 12 items on the cart, and this 12 would be equivalent to 60%. And then we can cross multiply and divide to come up with our answer. So we could do 12, let's just plug the calculator. Alright, so 12 times 100 is 1200. And then divided by 60 is 20. So x equals 20. They have 20 items on the list. Alright, in this next problem, let's see. Of the 50 states, 4 have names that start with W. What percentage start with W? So we can do something very similar. We have 4 divided by 50. Now if we divide 4 by 50, that's going to give us our percentage. And it's going to give us a percentage in a decimal form. So let's try this out. 4 divided by 50 is 0.08. Alright, so 0.08 is 8%. Alright, and the reason why we can divide this, I'm going to erase this real quick. The reason why we can divide is we can just view this as setting up a ratio. So we have 4 over 50, and this 4 over 50 equals a percentage amount over 100. So we have a simple ratio. There's 50 total states, and there's a total of 100%. And then 4 of the states have the word W in their first letter, and then that would be equivalent to a certain percent over that 100. So they're just setting 2 different ratios, and we're finding out the percentage that way. So if we did it this way, we would have 4 times 100, and then we would divide that by, okay, so let's do that again. 4 divided by 100 divided by 50. .0008. Alright, I must have typed something in wrong. So 4 times 100 is 400. I think I accidentally pressed the divide, that's why. So 4 times 100 is 400 divided by 50 equals 8. So this would give us 8%, just the same. Alright, so next problem, John's a quarterback. He's completed 350 passes, which is 70% of all the passes he's thrown this year. Alright, so we can do 70 over 100. And he's completed, the 70% is the 350. So we're going to set up the ratio this way. And so this x is going to be the total number of passes that John has thrown. And he's completed 350 of the passes, and that 350 is the 70%. So let's do a little math here. So we have 350 multiplied by 100 divided by 70 equals 500. Alright, so x equals 500. Alright, next question. In the United States, 13 of every 20 cans are recycled. What percentage of cans are recycled? Alright, so 13 cans are recycled out of a total of 20 cans. And we went over this earlier. If we just divide 13 by 20, it's going to give us a decimal value. So let's do that. So 13 divided by 20 is 0.65. And we know if we're converting this decimal to a percent, then we move this decimal place over twice, and it becomes 65%. Alright, last problem here. Luke and Matthew run a lemonade stand. Matthew gets 60% of the profit because the lemonade stand was his idea, and they made a profit of $25. So how much money did Matthew make? Okay, so Matthew gets 60% of the total profit. And let's see, and they make $25 total profit. So in this case, we don't have to set up a ratio or anything. We can just multiply 0.6 times 25, and that will give us our amount. 0.6 times 25. Alright, so the total profit they made together was $25, and of that $25, Matthew is getting 15. And if you wanted to set it up as a ratio, we can do that too. So we would have, let's see, so we'd have 60 over 100 for the percent. And then the total profit made is $25. And so we're going to cross multiply and divide. So 60 times 25 equals 1500 divided by 100 equals 15. So there we go. Alright, if you have any questions, just let me know.